The most baffling retirement in mixed martial arts history continues to be Henry Cejudo. Henry is outdoing himself even in retirement. There is a brilliance to Henry Cejudo. There is a brilliance and a lesson if you go back and follow Henry's career. And it had very little to do with athletic prowess. Henry walked in knowing how to play. Henry could lead the orchestra on day one. There might be a guy that's going to get over on him, but there was nobody he couldn't beat. That's going to be the same. There's always going to be guys that can beat him, but there's nobody that he can't also beat back. But if you do look at the trajectory of his career when the King of Cringe was born, there was a very real thing. And even if you watch some of the brilliance that he's having post-career, Henry's still stealing the headlines. He's stealing them from me right now because he's confusing me. Okay, Henry, let's just walk this thing back. Henry Cejudo, without question, gets to be in the argument for the greatest combat athlete of all time. Champ at two different weights simultaneously. He was not stripped, okay, simultaneously, which is different. I mean, it just lowers the field. Who else did that, as a matter of fact? Cormier was able to do that. Amanda did that. St. Pierre's champ, but would not qualify for what I'm saying because he had left 170. Connor was able to do that. Even though he did not return, he was given that opportunity. He had 2 belts. Very rare field. Not to mention, he was the Olympic champion at yet a different weight class in a completely different form of combat. He gets to be in the conversation for sure. It probably wins it. But I think we can all at least stipulate he gets to be in it. For him to retire out of nowhere as a co-main event in an empty arena, it didn't feel right? I mean, there's some things that they got to pass the smell test. That did not feel right. You couple that with the fact that he goes to the press conference right after, 45 minutes later, and says, well, of course I would fight again if they gave me more money. You go, okay, we see what this is, Henry, right? I've seen this movie before, all right? Different song, same song, different verse, a little bit louder and a little bit worse. That's how you're feeling. Dana comes out, says, look, I have to take a guy at his word. Everything in this business is done on a guy's word. If these are his words, I kind of think he'll take it back. But here's the deal. I'm going to be in Florida for the rest of the week, but then I'm going to fly home to Vegas. I'm going to enjoy one day off, and then I'm going to go into the office. That represents next Tuesday. If I don't have a different word by then, I'm going to go book that fight. And I'll tell you now, Peter Yan's going to be half of it. Who the other half is, let's find out. Maybe that's Henry, maybe it's not. I'll play with the cards that were dealt to me. Okay. The great part about Dana saying that is now Henry and all the rest of us know, how long do we have to wait? Whether this is sincerity, how long do we have to wait to tell Henry, hey, pat on the back and fantastic job, young man? Or how long do we have to wait for the big bluff and the negotiation or however you're going to have that is going to play out? So sure enough, that following Tuesday came, and sure enough, Henry was, take it. Take the belt and get on with it, and I wish everybody the best of luck. Okay. So then I talked to Ali not long after that. I'm going back about a month now? Maybe not even that long. Somewhere in between now and then, I talked to Ali, and Ali goes, well, Henry really wants to box, and this boxer's calling him out. And he says, Abu Dhabi's interested in it. We'll see where this goes, but I got to follow what my client's telling me to do. And my client's telling me, walk away from this belt. I'm done with MMA. Okay. Then, Henry's doing some training still. Some footage came up as early as this morning. Henry was training with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, who, by the way, not for nothing, is a damn good coach. He's a damn good boxing. I love watching some of these Tyson videos where he's working with somebody else. Saw one where he's playing out with John Jones, one where he was teaching Francis, and then I saw him coaching Henry. I digress to that, but the point being, it looks like Henry's now in a boxing gym and thinks he might be going and boxing a guy. Meanwhile, he calls out the winner of Holloway's next fight versus the champ. And you're looking at Volkanovski. And I'm confused, Henry. Are we done? Are we not done? You're a fellow guy who is retired. I have barely broken a sweat. And the few sweats I have broken have not been sparring in mixed martial arts. There's other things to do if you're looking to get your heart rate up. So I'm just confused. It's just flat out a confusing retirement, which I guess we have to accept as sincere. It does not mean, by the way, that he's any less sincere in his beliefs if he comes back. I mean, if he comes back 2 or 3 or 4 years from now, he's still a young man in this sport. He still can go out and do it. Young enough, man. He'll come back and do it. It wouldn't mean that he didn't mean it this time. I'm just convinced. Henry, what do you want? What do you really want? Do you want 145? If you do 145, does it have to be a title fight? You called out Volkanovski specifically. I'm adding to that the winner of Max versus Volkanovski. I'm assuming it's about the hardware, not about the human being. So I think I'm right to say that. Are you going over to box this Daniels kid? I'm on board. Whatever Henry wants to do, I'm on board. But I also have a function of finding out what that is before anybody else does and bringing it to you all so we all can be on board. Instead, Henry has left us baffled.